Okay, and we are live, Rich. So I am going to be working on this solitaire. I'll paint it with 4 colors in solidarity with you guys because Rich and Dusty. Hold on, let me remove yours. Add this. Is your camera not up yet?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Switch it back to mine. So I'm doing the final touches, just working on the thin cement to make sure any areas that look like you can see like the wear lines are gone, and then I'm going to prime it. This is the Solitaire with some changes made to make them a little bit less Harlequin-y, because it's not technically a Harlequin for my army. All right, I'm going to prime mine. Rich, you and Dusty are going to be working on a project where you're going to be painting a Space Marine in an hour and a half, and you only have 4 colors, right?
Yep. Not a Space Marine. We're going to be painting what is it? Sorry, I have some technical difficulties with my phone still.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I am getting the primer ready. If anyone's curious.
Sigma.
Oh, okay. So not a Space Marine.
Not a Space
Totally,
Marine.
definitely not a Space Marine.
It's not a Space Marine, man.
Just the fantasy space.
No bolter at all.
No, well, that's true. No bolter at all. Which has got me there. All right.
Okay, there we go.
Does my mic pick up the sound of the compressor?
Oh yeah, we could totally hear it.
Okay. It'll be gone in a second. I will. Hold on.
There we go. Okay. I don't add it to the stage yet. It's up to you if you want to do it right now. I'm back up. So tonight I switched up. I'm going to be using the Mineworks paints. So
Mineworks paints. Explain to the audience what Mineworks paints are.
Mineworks are a company out of Italy.
Okay.
They're heavy body acrylics.
Okay.
So similar to what you picked up, but made for miniatures painting.
Oh, cool. What specifically makes them miniatures oriented? I'm curious.
Just the style of the paint or the colors of the paint, I think, are
Okay.
pigments used. So I'm doing the same thing I did last week. Oh, I got one more in the middle. I'm going cyan, magenta, and yellow, but I'm decided to use a yellow oxide instead of a bright yellow. We'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be more in tune with the non-metallic metal if I go with gold for this guy.
So we've done this challenge 2 times in a row. So maybe people are curious, like, what would be the point of limiting yourself to a certain amount of colors? Shouldn't the person, Rich, just want to use as many colors as they can so that they can get the exact right paint job they want? Like, what would you say to that?
So what I would say to that, and I've been doing a lot of like watching stuff on it, the big thing about it is that having colors that are similar on your model makes the model look more coherent. And so by mixing colors that are close and using the color wheel, first of all, you learn colors better, you learn color theory better. So it allows you to do what colors complement each other, what colors make, work together better. But having common colors together makes the model coherent. I was watching somebody today, and they basically used purple in all their colors. So, for example, their green had purple in it, their blue had purple in it, their red had purple in it, and that created a coherency amongst the figure that you can't really duplicate without that.
It's funny you bring this up, Rich, just because sometimes I'll finish painting a model and I'll be like, none of this looks like it belongs next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny you bring that up, that if you keep the colors consistent throughout, it'll, get that effect much better.
Yep. And then the other thing is you learning color theory is really the key to painting miniatures, because knowing what colors go where, and it also, using heavy body pigments, which is one of the things we've talked about before, means that 20 years from now, my figures are going to look the same as they did when I had them before. So I got one problem here, is that these colors aren't like the ones I had before, because the 3 of them together is making gray, which before it made black. So I'm not getting the black that I need to get the shadows, but...
So explain why that might happen, Rich.
Well, because these pigments might not be true pigments. I thought these were single body or single pigments, but from the looks of it, it's not like last time we painted pigments. So by going with that, maybe that yellow has changed the formula a little bit, because I'm definitely getting a chromatic gray, which is going to make everything a lot harder. Not having a black to kind of build off of, to darken with. So I think I'm going to cheat and just grab a black real quick. Because without black, it's really hard to get any shading. But yeah, I started my new job, which is working for Uma, which is part of ACD Distribution, which Robby, from back when we had the store.
Oh, I do. I remember what was ACD Tuesday mornings. That's when they would normally come in. Thursdays, maybe.
Thursday usually they were.
Thursday. They would have Friday Night Magic, right?
Well, we have some other night. Yeah, I mean, the key thing is I'm one of the cool parts about my new job is I'm selling miniatures again. So Modifius is one of my clients, and they make the Fallout miniatures game, and they also make the coming out the XCOM miniatures game.
Cool. Very cool. We got Dusty entering the studio. Dusty, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
It's
Dusty.
going good. We got multiple mic echoes somehow.
I have
All right.
multiple cameras. Hang on.
I'm cheating, Dusty. I had it. I tried some new colors, and I can't get true black or chromatic black, so I added black to my mix.
I thought that I had.
Dusty's microphone is super echoing, so he's gonna figure that out real 1 second. It's like crazy echoey. It sounds like you have like 3 cameras set up. You ever know when Bart pranks Homer by setting all the microphones up and then it blows up his house? That's what it feels like Dusty was setting up. All right, here we go. Here's the mic. I see it getting plugged in. It looks fancy. It looks nice. Hold on. Gotta add Dusty to this. There we go. Now y'all can see what I'm describing. Rich, you're painting up a Sigmar. Dusty's gonna be painting up a Sigmar. I will be painting up a Harlequin, I suppose. How we sounding, Dusty?
Okay, try now.
You're a little quiet.
How about now?
Echo's happening still. Weird. Well, I suppose we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. We shall. Rich, I'm gonna flip it over to mine real quick, and then we'll do like a starting point for you two. So, just a little quiet.
Okay.
Wait, echo. You're echoing. I think. Oh. Now I have. Go. Hello. All right, Rich. You're the one with the echo.
I'm the one with the echo?
You're the one. Yeah. We're able to.
You sound pretty good in a stadium, though, Robby.
Yeah, I was hearing myself through Rich's microphone. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty good. I'm like, I have the microphone in the exact right spot. Oh,
you getting the echo now?
Yeah, we're getting the echo. Yeah, I can hear me. All right, get this up here. Boy. Boom. You like seeing behind the veil for a second, viewers? Or it's like I've got a green screen very far behind me.
What I was gonna say is I thought I had some Sigmarites built, and I don't. So my Sigmarite today is going to look like a Tyrannid Ravener.
We both. Okay. I got good for both of you. I'm echoing on both on the microphones. So
I muted mine, and you were still echoing.
So I think we might be the one that's echoing there.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to determine. That's why I said I got good news. So hold on. Rich, I want you to echo. Don't turn your mic on.
All right. Can you hear me? Are you getting any echo? I don't hear any echo.
Blood for the blood god. Look at him blaming us, and it was him all along.
It was him all along. He was in the house the whole time.
Try talking, Robby. Is your other camera picking up audio for some reason?
All right. We're ready to get started. I don't know. You guys have dropped the ball. I definitely like last week's or 2 weeks ago's paints to start.
All right, hold on. Can you guys?
That sounds okay. Nope.
Dusty's echoing. So, what could be causing that? Try now.
Can you hear me now?
1, 2.
Yes, it's all echoing. You guys try talking once I mute myself. Both of you try talking.
Hello? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
All right, we're all echoing because you guys are echoing when I'm muted now.
Maybe the internet's echoing. It's not our fault.
You're right. It's the internet. Seymour Skinner's gif. Am I out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong. And then I immediately knock my camera down. All right. Let's go here. Extra camera, mirror box. Okay. I don't think I'm echoing on Rich's microphone. Rich, try talking.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, we're fine. Dusty, I think you're the bad actor.
I am always the bad actor.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew we should have canceled Dusty. I knew we should have canceled him. We had that meeting on Tuesday, Rich, where we were deciding we were going to do it or not for fun. We should have just done it.
It would have been better for the stream overall.
Yeah, it would have been better content, and that's all that matters. All righty.
How was Gen Con, Rich?
It's good. It's good. You haven't really heard Robby's known a while. So Dara Studios is no longer my company.
What happened there?
I sold it to ACD/Luma.
Nice.
And now I'm the head of sales for Luma.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Most of my entire team was actually purchased in the process. So it's everybody from my team is going to work for Luma, and we're going to be handling sales for them as well as our existing clients. So as far as localization, we have Carl Briere, who used to work for Asmodee, and Jules Vatour is the president of Luma, and we'll be selling games.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
We have, I was saying to Robby earlier before you got on, we have the Fallout Miniatures game is now part of our lineup.
Nice.
And XCOM. So we got some actual miniatures games on our list of games that we lose. We also have one of the hottest games at Gen Con, which was Compile. If you guys haven't played it.
I thought you were going to say Heat.
What's that?
Heat.
I don't know that one. But
it was the hottest game at Gen Con.
Yeah. We also have the Spiel des Jahres as one of my customers, so
Which game was that this year?
Huh?
Which game was that this year?
Jinxo, but it's listed as Ditto in German.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing game. I have been working with them for almost a year after PAX Unplugged, and it won. It won.
Whatever you did, it made the echo worse, Dusty. Whatever you did, it made it worse. I don't know what it was.
Private chat.
Oh. We still hear Dusty every now and again. He disappeared into the digital tesseract. His voice echoes in the wind sometimes. We think of all the Raveners he painted.
How about now?
Yeah, you got like 3 echoes. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you're going in the past and the future now.
Yeah, you're echoing even more right now.
So I only got silver in the competition, which I was a little upset about.
This is the
on painting.
Okay.
What's that?
Do you have the model you got silver with?
I do. I'd have to go grab it.
Okay. Well, maybe we could see it next week.
The next week I won't be here. I'll be at Necronomicon.
Wow.
Providence, Rhode Island. Celebrating Lovecraft's birthday in his hometown.
Hell yeah.
But I got the judges' scoring I got was a 9, a 10. This is out of 10. And then a 5. Like, how is it that 2 of the judges thought it was really good and the other judge thought it was really bad?
A 5 and 2 9s? How does that even happen?
9 and a 10. I got a 9 and a 10 from somebody else, from the other 2 judges. I talked to the judge that gave me the 10. They really liked my piece. They thought it was exceptional. They said I did a really good job on the hobby side of things. And for some reason, the other judge said no.
Why?
Yeah, so I don't know what's happening there. Ninjon won everything, like every category, and the overall, which was, he's a good painter. So I'm not. It just it seems really strange to get a 9 and a 10 and then to get a 5 from somebody.
Yeah, it's odd. It's like makes you wonder, is that what it was like for everybody? Like, was everybody like crazy mismatched between those judges? Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
like,
mean, if say a judge was friends with somebody they wanted to win, the easy way was to give everybody a low score.
Yeah, if
Sure.
the election judge spiked you.
yeah,
And if your
throw
friend
the curve off.
whose miniatures were easily identifiable because they already entered them into Golden Demon, you know, you could easily make it so that they won. So I don't know. It's okay. The judge I talked to, I'm gonna enter it into Nova and see what
Cool.
kind of results I get from there, and then that'll kind of give me maybe some better feedback on it. We have
Okay.
like 20 judges, so it's gonna be a lot different. You know, one judge is not gonna sway the competition very easily. So.
Now, is this a miniature you're painting at the event, or is this something you're painting and taking?
Oh, it's the I think I showed it on stream before. It's the Goblin King from
Oh, sick! That got a 5 from that dude.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What?
Exactly.
That's silly.
Yeah.
And he's awesome.
I know. I did a lot of extra work on that, probably since you even saw it. So I was I wasn't expecting to win, but I would expected a gold. Because the way the competition works, it's just you're judged on your own merit, not against other people. So it's not like the only thing that gets judged against other people is best of category and best of show. And that's fine, you know, like that one. My expectations were not that was going to happen. But I thought I should at least get gold because the piece I got for silver last year, I did nothing. So I got the same score and did very little to make that piece, you know, and it was just one of my pieces for my army that I just entered. I didn't really prep it very well or anything, where this one was a 12-inch Goblin King that's what the one judge said that when she judged it that you know, like, she was really looking for like sprue leftover because it was a resin piece and stuff, and she said, man, I can't believe you got it all, like every little crack crevice, which is something I did. I went with my clippers and did every crack and crevice that I could. So yeah, I don't know.
That seems odd.
Yeah.
Super.
Min, who had a piece that her expectations were not very high, also got very low scores from the same judge I did. So if one judge gives everybody low scores except their friend, it seems like an easy way to make sure your friend wins.
All right, now I'm echo.
You're
What? Hello.
Hello.
I don't know. We do this every week. We have no problem.
I didn't change any of my equipment.
Neither did I.
Gremlins, Robby, gremlins.
Now I'm checking. Am I echoing? So it's
You're very
rotating.
low. Whatever's going on, Dusty, you're very
Oh,
low.
wow.
I don't know what's going on with that, but
Hold on one second. Hello. So I'm not echoing on Dusty. I am echoing on Rich. Because here, that's me echoing.
see, I can't hear an echo at all.
Hello.
See, I'm not hearing any echo.
You're echoing super badly on mine.
Yeah, testing one. Yeah, Rich, you're echoing. All right, I got Rich muted for now.
No, you're not echoing.
Yeah,
Me, okay.
I can hear you, Dusty. 1 second. No, now I'm echoing there too.
You're not echoing for me though. This feels like a software gremlin, not a physical thing.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll call it, guys, until we can figure it out. I don't know. Everybody invested headsets, I guess, because this is gonna happen probably again next week. So I'm just gonna get headwear that I can wear while I'm in stream with you guys.
It's got to be a software problem on StreamYard.
Yeah, in that it's no longer doing whatever it used to do. I think all of us wear headgear because we're being picked up by each other's mics.
The only thing I can think of is my phone is doing something. Is it echoing now, Rob?
Hello. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right. We'll meet again when we figure this out.
Can we do push to talk?
Hello. Yeah, if you mute, that'll be fine.
Let me just look at the audio settings on mine. Let me switch to a different. Let's see.
All righty. I'll take Rich down for now. Load this one up. Trying to find the perfect focal length for this.
Try it now, Rob. I switched to another to my Yeti.
Yeah, we're getting the echo.
Huh?
We're still getting the echo.
So it's not my mic. It has something to do with software.
Yeah, I think we need. Yeah, but we can pick this up next time when we get it figured out. I will get headsets in the meantime so that at least on my end, it can't be from my issue. And if no mic can hear it, then we're not. It seems like the echo cancellation that we used to be relying on is no longer working the way that it used to. So we probably all just need to wear headgear because it's picking up each other's mics.
I turned echo cancellation off. Did that help or change anything? All right, let me turn it back on and see if that changes anything.
Hello. Yeah, it's still on.
I didn't turn it on yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Now.
Testing. Yeah.
This is a brand new mic, so it shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, it's probably like software. The mic's just picking up the output of your audio. The issue will be fixed when there's no longer audio to be picked up because we're wearing headsets.
Well, but it's worked all the way along for almost a year and a half. So
Now
that's why it's got to be a software setting.
Sure. But you clicked the button on, you clicked it off.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Let's try this. How's that?
Testing. Yep, still echoing.
Still echoing? All right, 1 second. There's some other audio settings on the Mac that I can change. Let's try that. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Any echo?
Yes.
Still echo. See, I don't hear any echo at all. So why won't I hear echo if you're hearing echo?
Because you're the computer originating it.
Okay, are you guys getting echoing from me?
Here, I can test you, Dusty, real quick. So I'm not getting any echo, Dusty, but I also have a theory as to why. Because you sound very quiet. I bet it's just because your mic is not loud enough to be being picked up twice.
Which is weird because it's the same mics I always use. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. You sound great. You sound perfect.
You don't have any echo either.
Okay, perfect. Let's turn on Rich. Nope, Rich is muted. So.
How about now?
Testing. We're echoing. Dusty, try talking.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, you're
5,
echoing.
which is because now I've got my headphones in.
I think it's using bridge.
It feels like StreamYard is broken.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself. We'll stay in. I'm gonna mute myself, and then I'm gonna do some.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm adding some red here. What you been up to lately, Dusty?
Work, more work, bunch of work.
You work in a greenhouse, right? Some sort of botanist.
Yeah, exactly. Occasional landscaping once in a while.
Gotcha.
Dragons.
Yep. Gotcha. You know what's crazy? I'm in the game store today, right? And they had a game store up for sale called Wormspan. And the box art was very evocative of Wingspan's box art. But it
Well,
wasn't.
it's made by the same company.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense. Are you just allowed to do that before Wings?
Try. How about now? Is it echoing?
Testing.
You're fine, but Robby started echoing as soon as you unmuted. So your mic is fine for me, Rich.
Robby, try it.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. I echo.
They also have one called Fin Span, Robby, that's about fish.
It's too far. Unacceptable.
I know.
This joviality, this light joviality, it's too far, it's too much, and I'm calling an end to it. I was watching this video of this like Bronze Age castle, and it got me thinking like, oh, I want to make like a terrain set for Age of Sigmar that looks like kind of like what I imagine a castle built by the Rich would know their name, but they're the Conan guys who aren't actually chaotic, even though they kind of worship chaos, like a little bit, like just a little bit. They're weekend warriors when it comes to worshiping chaos.
Slaves of Darkness?
No, specifically not the Slaves of the Darkness, the Oath Cursed or something like that.
Oh! I was gonna say Slaves of Darkness. That feels like they worship it pretty hard.
Yeah, no, not like them. Those guys are weirdos. Not everyone in Fantasy Antarctica is a weirdo like Chaos Worshippers are. This Solitaire, are you all familiar with what he does in a game of Warhammer?
No. What's he do?
So he's a Harlequin special character. He's on a 25 mil base, like you can see here. Nothing really that special about him. I need to try something. I'm going to try something, friends. Too dark, right?
How about now?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Sounds good. There's
That
no
fixed it. That fixed it.
Just put it down.
He turned his on, and now there's an echo. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm getting no echo with just Rich on the line. I'm going to lower the light. You guys tell me when it doesn't feel super washed out, okay?
That's a little hot.
Better?
Yeah, that looks really good.
I can't see the screen, so you tell me.
I think it looks pretty darn good as is. Like, leave it right there.
Okay, but you are echoing, Dusty. You'll know why. Recently watched the movie The Godfather, and watched it with a buddy. who also had never seen it, because I've never seen The Godfather. And boy, did that movie suck. That movie was so bad. Marlon Brando. I don't know what the hype is. What is the hype about Marlon Brando after watching The Godfather? Like, am I supposed to find him comedic in that movie? Because he's very funny, but I don't think he's supposed to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Rich, what's your opinion on The Godfather right now?
Truthfully, I haven't seen it for so long. I think it was, I think it's very typical. I think Departed was a better movie by the same.
Oh, I like The Departed. That's a good movie.
Yeah, that's the
I like
same.
that. I did enjoy that movie much more than I did The Godfather.
Yeah, and The Godfather's dated and old, I guess, but it set the careers for a lot of people, and so it has an iconic,
Well, it's funny watching it too. It's pretty hard to get invested in it because, like, I assume Fredo betrays them in the second movie because I've heard the line, "I know it was you, Fredo," like a million times. So I know the moment Fredo walked onto the screen, I'm like, I bet this guy's going to betray everyone, because same thing. The dude is like, "This is my prized horse. It's the best horse ever." I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be the dude with the horse head in the bed." You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit, it was ruined for me just because, I've seen the movie without ever having seen it.
Right, you've heard all the stories.
Right. I've heard everyone go, "Oh, isn't the scene so cool when he does X or Y?" And so I don't know. The thing I'll say too is the characters in The Godfather, none of them are like cool. They're all like big babies.
Well, isn't that like probably one of the points of the movie?
Well, yeah.
You're not supposed to like them. They're bad.
People do. People put posters up of them up on their wall or quote how badass it was when the character did this. They one of the plot points of the movie is one of the mobsters, the son of the Godfather. His sister is getting beat by her husband. But none of them do anything about it. And that's just a plot point of the movie. And it's like, am I supposed to they don't even stand up for their sister? What cowards these guys are. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's so.
I think you hit one of the things about it maybe is that it was a depiction of that. There was no heroes in it.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm bouncing off of, is that I'm annoyed at how people interpret the movie when the movie's like, look at how gross these people are and how shitty they lead their lives and everything they do is pointless, because they all just end up getting shot to death for no reason.
I mean, people are the same way about The Sopranos, and The Sopranos, everybody in it is a horrible, horrible person.
Oh, yeah. What I always try to explain to somebody, if I'm like, listen, if you go into The Sopranos wanting Game of Thrones, I think you're going to be disappointed because it's not that at all. It is much more here's a mobster of the week story where Tony and his I consider it like watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's what I consider it like. Right?
Yeah, except it's not a comedy.
Yeah, except it's not. Although it's so funny, Rich. It's the funniest show ever
That's
made.
only because you grew up in New Jersey and
I know.
People like those people.
I know. So to me, when Vito's talking, I'm like, well, that's just a real guy. I know real guys who talk like that. I'll watch it with my buddy. Shout out to my buddy Reegs. He's from California. Couldn't be less New Jersey ever, right? And we'll watch something like that. He'll make fun of the character. I'm like, Regan, that's just a real dude. That's the way people talk out there.
See, people like Frankie Buttons, he was the guy that thought The Sopranos was and The Godfather, I'm sure he probably thought was also, somebody to emulate,
Yeah, right.
I mean, remember the quotes of Frankie where he would be like, Well, you know, at least Mussolini made the trains run on time. Like, yeah, Frankie, that's what the Italian people were really concerned about.
They remember that was their big takeaway.
I will say the trains don't run on time anymore in Italy when I was there, so he might have a point.
I'll be honest with you, Rich. The trains didn't run out on time after they hung a bunch of random guys either. It's just easy to claim they run on time when you control the newspapers.
Yeah.
It's easy to say anything you want, whatever.
Yeah, it was but yeah, it's you know, people who from New Jersey. I've worked with people. I worked in a pizza place, and gosh, everybody that's in The Sopranos worked in the place that I worked.
Oh yeah. There's a great quote from one of the kids who was on The Sopranos, the one who plays his son,
Mm-hmm.
where like people will walk up to him now, 20 years after The Sopranos is over, and be like, "Oh, I wish I could have met James Gandolfini," right? And the actor who played AJ, he'll say like, "Yeah, you should have. He was a really great guy. He was like a really cool dude." But then some people will be like, "I wish I could have met Tony Sirico, the guy who played Paulie Walnuts," right?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "You did that. The way he acted in the show is exactly how he acted in real life." Like, and Tony Sirico did go to prison in the 80s for like 8 years for bank robbery. So he was like the real deal. Classic New Jersey gangster.
What was Littlehammer? Have you watched Littlehammer?
I watched the first season because I do love Silvio Dante. And as long as Silvio Dante is going to be in like, where was he, Sweden or something?
Well, season 2 opening scene, he comes to New Jersey, or he comes to New York, and they're crossing the bridge, and they're playing the Soprano song, and he's like, "I hate that song. Turn it off." And then his brother, who's a priest, is Walnuts.
Oh, Tony Sirico?
Yeah, Tony Sirico is his brother.
That's cute. That's cute. I need to go watch that.
I forget whether season 1 or season 2 where he gets arrested in Norway, and he goes to jail, and the prison, there's no locks on the doors, and he's like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Yeah, I remember that it's season 1. That's season.
Season 1. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that happens.
For anyone who doesn't know, Lilyhammer is a show in which Silvio Dante from The Sopranos, how it connects to the conversation we're having here, his actor plays a very similar character in Lilyhammer, a show about a mobster who things go belly up back home, so he has to flee to witness protection. It's kind of like if you want an alternate history for what happened to Silvio Dante. He wasn't in a coma at all. He was in Norway or whatever.
Yeah, they it's kind of like how I believe The Bear is just a continuation of Shameless.
Oh yeah.
Just Lip just went to go live with his other family.
It's all that
It's
happened.
in the same city and everything, so, and he's just playing the same character.
All right. I'm going to make sure this headband is nice and crisp.
You need me? I need to add my camera.
Oh, cool. Here, I'll flip it over to you because I'm just painting a headband.
Working on non-metallic metal using only 3 colors.
Oh. Non-metallic metals. How's that journey going, Rich? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I kind of have some formulas in my head, and I'm just trying to get the colors to kind of go. But one of the things I've learned is you can pretty much do non-metallic metals with any color. You can start with green and end up with a gold at the end. You can start with purple and end up with a gold at the end. So there's not a lot of times, so doing this mix is actually really educational, I think, when it shows you like, because if you start with, as Roman Lawput calls them, recipes, you miss some of the art, right? Because you're just following a recipe that you copied off a thing. It was one of the discussions I had with the judge from Gen Con, like, where she was saying, like, some of the people, are very good painters, but it's just memory, muscle memory, and no feeling whatsoever. And
Right.
By painting this way with 3 colors and limiting your palette and then having to mix colors, you keep things interesting, and you also find whole new things. And it's really important, I think, that you can't do anything wrong when you're painting except maybe too much paint. That's about all you can do wrong. We're taking a class at Verco's in September, and this guy's like an academic art, and I've watched some of his YouTube.
Yeah.
And man, like his stuff, he's like doing, impressionist style painted miniatures and like just stuff that you could not imagine. And it's just keep experimenting.
Yeah,
It's
general. Oh, I'm getting an echo again.
All right, let me take it might be my phone, and let me remove my camera. Is you getting an echo now?
Testing 1, 2, 3. I am getting it.
Okay, well, I didn't do anything different except add my video.
And
So-
Dusty's moving. Hold on. Testing. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
I'm still getting it. So I changed to the Mac, but be able to Mac go at all. Dusty, can you unmute yours? Testing.
Check.
Hello. Dusty.
No
try-
echo.
No echo. Yeah, Rich, it's your mic. Switch back to that one here. I'm painting this little headband. Yeah, I don't like generally looking things up anymore. If I want to paint something, I just try it, or I'll ask someone I know, just because I want to do the discovery part myself because it's fun.
Robbie, I got a new overhead camera
Yeah.
and I just added it to the stage. Can you put it on the big screen and see if it looks what it looks like?
Yeah, let's see it. I'm excited. All right. I'm going to flip you over, Dusty. You're the. Ooh. A little washed out, but it looks crisp, man. Looks
And it
crisp.
focuses as well too.
Yeah, look, it's actually focusing. Wow. Dusty owns a camera business. If you guys want his business, you've seen his work for years.
Okay, you can take me off. I still have to screw around with this thing.
Okay, fair enough.
It looks good though.
It does look good. So this character, Dark Eldar character, let me read his stats real quick to you, all right? He's a solitaire, so he is the Harlequin who plays the role in the great play of the of Slanesh, the great enemy. So pretty badass. In the game, all right. I'm gonna read you the stats right now. Movement 12. So this little guy can move 12 inches. Has a flip belt. So that means it ignores all terrain, verticality, whatever. So it can immediately jump 900 feet into the air if you have a really tall building. It's one of the quirks of the game system that if you use I have a giant building over there that its tallest floor is like 3 feet up. So if you were playing on that board, this character could move onto the 3 foot high section with no additional movement. So that's pretty cool. Has no guns to speak of. Yeah, no guns to speak of. 4+ invulnerable, so ignores 50% of all damage or wounds. 9 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage precision. So that will target a character and a unit before it targets the unit. Has fights first, which doesn't really do anything anymore. Lone operative, which is amazing. Can't be targeted within 12 inches ever. Stealth, so always has cover. So always -1 to hit. Once per battle, add 2d6 inches to their move characteristic and 3 attacks to the model's weapon. So it goes to a 12 attack weapon. That's strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage. Advance and charge. So not only can it add the 2d6 to its movement, it can add a further d6 to advance. So it can move if it gets all 3.
So it just pops across the entire map and kills a character?
It can charge. It has a total threat range of 42 inches.
Jeez.
And my friend asked me what it was, and I said it is the character equivalent of a hunter-killer missile. It is a hunter-killer missile as a person. Because once you charge it in, they're probably gonna like if you try to fight this guy with like a power fist, you might lose because I'll just pass all my 4-ups. But say I charge a guard squad, murderate their character, and then 10 regular guardsmen shoot las guns at him, he will die. You know what I mean? Like he's pretty fragile. He's kind of like a Eversor assassin, which that's
how many points is this guy?
115, which is a lot of points. But the reason why I'm taking him is number one, there's a lot of characters walking around these days, and I don't want to have to deal with them. So
Yeah, by the way, though, if he's 115 and he offed something that costs more than 115, that's a point advantage, right? So,
well, and also I am playing Reaper's Wager, which is the Harlequin Drukhari detachment. And if he gets a kill, my Drukhari get reroll 1s to wound until they kill a unit. So I can kill a unit with my Drukhari who have reroll 1s to hit and 1s to wound. Then I activate the Death Jester or the Solitaire, this being the Solitaire, and I do 1 kill of a unit. So say I blow up a Sentinel, or with my precision, I kill some character, right? Now the Drukhari get reroll 1s to wound again. So it's a way for me to keep that bonus on the army.
You getting an echo now?
Testing one. Yes, we are. It was probably vibe coded, Rich. Whatever software glitch we're getting, it was vibe coded.
whatever will I do if I cannot hear Rich's dulcet tones?
It really makes it. So I need Rich.
I'll be right back.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 2. Okay.
How about now?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Yes. Echo. I don't know what it is.
My precious custodies, who I enjoy so much, have been sort of like a one-trick pony until a few months ago when they released all the tanks and everything in plastic.
Yeah.
I have been building the Caladius Grav tank, and oh my god, is it fun to build.
It looks like a cool cat. It looks really
It's just
cool.
super gratifying to finally be able to like actually build some of that stuff after I've been
I
staring
think
at
I'll
it.
get 2.
What's that?
I'm going to get 2, I think. 2 of the Grav tanks.
Yeah, I got one of each of the tanks that comes in different, they're like truly different kits.
One's like a troop carrier, one's like a battle tank.
Yeah, I have, let me look, I can tell you what I have.
You got the troop carrier and the battle tank? You mixed it up.
I think I have. Let me go look. So they all came out at the same time, and I haven't had time to build them all. So I have the Grav Tank, that's the Caladius Grav Tank and the Coronis Grav Carrier, and then there's a Caladius Annihilator that has a different enough top that it was worth getting just as part of one of the battle group kits they had that also came with the Contemptor Aculus Dreadnought.
Okay.
And so it ended up costing me like on the net, it was like $40 more to get like the second Grav Tank and put the different kit on top of it.
Oh, it's
For fun.
cool to get a wide variety of stuff, though, Dusty. So I think it's totally worth it.
I mean, I'm not playing in tournaments, so.
You ever think you will?
If I get the time, I think it would be fun. It's hard to burn 2 days right now.
I normally go to 1 days, so you don't have to
One
go.
day wouldn't be so bad. I also live in a very rural area, so I don't even know. I'd probably have to go to Sacramento to get like a real tournament going, which is not impossible. It's 2 hours away. It also depends on how badly I want to get my butt handed to me.
I mean, that's the nature of the beast. That's life. You know,
Like, if I show up Mr. Casual for the first time playing against a bunch of sweaties, I am probably going to lose.
Well, but here's the thing, Dusty. You don't get shot to death if you lose, so there's no downside there. And then after about 1 or 2 rounds, you're now getting paired against people of your skill level.
How will my wife ever respect me, though? That's the question.
It's true. If you're not a Warhammer champion.
We probably like once a week we get people who comment like, I'm usually into Warhammer or Magic or whatever, but gosh, I love your games. And my wife loves them too. And Amy's like, isn't that funny that so many like Warhammer dudes love our, historic, like frilly, flowery games? And I'm like, those historic, frilly, flowery games were designed by a Warhammer dude. Like,
It's funny.
there's definitely some of that spilling into my games.
Well, I'll say this too. I think a Warhammer gamer likes things that are a little bit less crunchy. I'd say the opposite of a Warhammer gamer is a Magic player. Like, if you wanted to think about it. And the way that I view it is that a Warhammer player is more interested maybe in flavor than they are in mechanics.
Could be, yeah.
I don't know if that's true all the time, but
I mean, Magic is a mechanically complex game, it's a content-wise, it's complex, but the mechanics are. I can teach someone to play Magic in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, but it has an underlying complexity to it that Warhammer players wouldn't tolerate.
If you want to be competitive, the amount of time and knowledge you have to dedicate to the thing is pretty intense.
Yeah, I would say that Magic rewards a lot more theory crafting than Warhammer does.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think Warhammer players like that type of crafting.
Yeah, agreed. And if you think about it, when you theory craft something in Magic, you can figure out in 5 minutes if it worked or not. Like I think most of the decks I play, the average time on them is 4.5 to 8.5 minutes playtime.
Sure. And
a Warhammer game takes you 3 hours to figure out if it worked or not. Like,
right, and you spent months building and painting the army.
Yeah. So it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't lend itself quite as much to like experimentation unless you've already got the things like fully built.
No, in fact, we have a derogatory term for people who experiment in Warhammer. We call them meta chasers.
Yeah.
So like we literally deride people for experimenting. So very different atmosphere, I'd say.
I don't think I saw you guys for a couple weeks. Did you get the Exodites?
No, that box is too expensive, Dusty. They want too much money for too few dinos. You know? And when they release a box of 3 dinosaurs by itself. Oh, and it didn't even come with Exodite terrain. They would have had me if it was a box of Exodite terrain.
If it was like a full like Typhon set, that would have been cool. That would have been really cool.
This just felt very lazy. Check this out. I made some slight modifications to the Solitaire.
That looks really cool. Did Rich just like give up all the way?
No, Rich is here.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Okay, he was down below the fold. There it is.
No.
Yeah, I'm just talking.
Oh, he wasn't on the top here. That's what's going on. Okay.
Hold on. I got him.
There's my NMM. See, now I'm getting them.
Yeah, it's weird. I have no idea what could have changed, but something clearly did. I'm just going to get a headset. Like I said, I think that'll solve all. Because headsets just solve the problem intrinsically. So whatever software issue is causing our problem now, we can just fix it by wearing earbuds of some kind. So that should be fine. What's crazy is I don't think this MacBook has a slot to insert for headphones. But whatever. It's not a big deal. Ooh, boy, Drew Gooden put out a YouTube video talking about the Avatar: The Last Airbender live action show. Oh, brother, does that show look bad?
All you have to do is look at the stills to know. I mean, it just looks like a bunch of cosplay.
It is very Drew Gooden points out it's very second screen friendly. Characters are constantly saying out loud what their name is and what they just did.
So ask me not how I know this, but Netflix has a whole list of things that must happen in a show to justify its existence in the age of everybody's watching it while not paying attention.
Yeah, I think Netflix is just wrong, though. And I'll say it this way. Name one Netflix show that started good and ended good.
Give me a minute. I have to think about the last 15 years. Love Through a Prism.
Okay. There we go.
But that wasn't. Here's the thing, though. That wasn't a Netflix show. That was an anime they licensed.
Okay, that does not count. That does not count.
Netflix.
Yeah. So for me, maybe we shouldn't listen to Netflix executives about how to make good TV since they've never done it once.
I think Matt Damon was on Joe Rogan, and he was talking specifically about how they have to blow a third of their budget in the first 5 minutes in order to meet Netflix's requirements for like having a major set piece.
Sure.
Yeah. And so it used to be that he was talking about how like you used to put like the finale, like you would build through the movie through set pieces.
Sure.
And now they have to do when it's as big in the first 5 minutes as they do it. So it's like every movie's like a James Bond movie, basically.
Yeah, but I think Netflix is wrong. Like
I don't really like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of the movies they've made are any good. So it's kind of like they just sound stupid and like they waste a lot of money. Like, I don't know, like Stranger Things season 1, in my opinion, is the only season of Stranger Things that's any good. And it doesn't do any of these things. It has many long, quiet scenes where characters do not
started before they figured it out.
Yeah, so like also too, as I understand it, the original scripts were literally stolen from the guys who made the Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers. They stole it from their college roommate. So that's why everything after season 2 feels so different because it had to
because they had to write it themselves.
Yeah. And then they used ChatGPT to write season 5, so they stole it the whole way through. You know,
When they started filming season 5, ChatGPT wasn't nearly as smart as it is now.
Oh, I'm sure it would write such an excellent finale now. It would be like, he's right behind me, isn't he? And then your audience will laugh hysterically.
What a great... You want to include unicorns and rainbows. What a great idea. It really speaks to the core of your audience.
You know what? The person who wrote this prompt is not only cool, but they're also handsome and great at writing prompts. Please use my service more.
He don't say too much. Any bad.
Yeah, my new camera, it's technically, it bills itself as an AI webcam, which I haven't quite figured out yet, other than I think that it'll just transcribe whatever you say if you want to. But yeah, Amy was in the background saying it might go rogue and try to blackmail us.
It is true. Someday, terrible scam bots will call you and hound you, and it'll be some agentic AI who's like trying to con you directly.
Oh, no, I thought it was just going to try and leverage that I bought 2 of those Exodite boxes instead of 1.
Those jerks. Yeah, the thing I didn't like about that Exodite box, you know what it was, Dusty?
Now that you said it can come with terrain, I fully agree with that.
Don't give me a box of orcs that you haven't been able to sell for 5 years, okay?
The Beast Naga boys.
Like, I know why you put them against Beast Naga boys, GW, so don't try to mess with me. It's because you haven't been able to sell a single box since you released.
I mean, do you ever wonder why there's the Arcoflagellants are in every single Sisters box? It's because they always have too many of them. And same thing for the box they did a few years ago where it was like entirely Space Marine Trikes. Or my favorite was I got one of the Imperial Agents boxes, and when you open it up, it doesn't even come with like like how they'll make like consolidated rule books. It's not even that. They threw in all the rule books from all the different things that went into that box, like the instruction booklets from like the kill team and the random individual unit.
80 rule books in a box.
Yes, but the best one of all is that one of the guys is like one of the usual like figures that comes in like a hang tag, like plastic box, and they just threw the hang tag in there, like punched out and everything.
You know what kind of decision that is, Dusty?
It was a last minute decision.
That's the guy packing that box. It was $4.53, and they just handed him
this box,
and he's like, "Done." Lazy.
Rich, if we all mute, I want to hear a story. I want to hear how Gen Con went, other than
tell us about Gen Con, Rich.
Other than the stupid painting contest.
Gen Con was good. We had a tornado warning during the main hall. That was fun. Because it kept announcing, stay away from the doors and windows every like 2 minutes, I think. So trying to conduct meetings or anything else on the show floor was pretty brutal. Then the tornado landed outside of town, and the center of town got flooded completely. There was a waterfall in the gaming hall that was coming from the ceiling. And otherwise, the show was good.
Whose games did that land?
Well, it was in the gaming hall, so I don't know who. That's where basically people are playing games.
Rich, it didn't land on top of the magic tower, did it?
No. If I would have known about it, we had a bunch of games that I could have piled under it to absorb it. And then claimed them as insurance.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. I was like, do you mean and then claim them as insurance write-offs?
But yeah, it was good. I mean, it was my first time as a new head of sales for a new company, so
yeah. Tell me how's that whole thing work? What's the day-to-day look like, and are they getting into a different kind of sales than they usually do, or what's the play?
Luma works pretty much like Dara did, and that we aid clients. Our clients, though, are Queen Games, for example, Modifius, Synapse. But one of the things that, I mean, it started as a discussion at Toy Fair New York, and Jules, who runs Luma, was telling me about all the issues he was having, and I basically said, well, that's what we do. And so they acquired the company with pretty much the idea that we would continue doing what we do. Hence why my entire team was absorbed into it. I've been friends with Bob and Danny, who always own ACD for a very long time, and
I believe the Borg call that assimilation.
yeah, and for me, it means I get a paycheck, I get health care, I get all the benefits of working for a big U.S. company, and still get to kind of do what I do, except my job now is only one thing: sell stuff. I don't have to manage payrolls. I don't have to worry about any of the other things you have to worry about when you run a business, and I've been doing it for 30 years, so I'm okay with taking a break from it.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, man.
yeah, so and I get to sell really good games. I mean, Compile has sold over 1 million copies in the past year, so it's pretty easy to do, and I'm selling Kingdom Builder and El Alhambra.
I have always liked Kingdom Builder a lot. Like even before we started our game company, I love that game.
And the idea is we're going to help them rebrand and kind of build a new products, because generally their products are the games your parents played. So we need to make games that you play. But we got to support a whole accounting team, a whole marketing team from ACD. We have an entire sales team whose job is to sell our stuff to retailers. So overall, our clients are going to get a lot of benefits from it. We have our own warehouse now. They bought a warehouse in Kentucky that's going to be dedicated to our products and stuff. So, and there's a lot of potential. They have some other acquisitions that haven't been announced yet that will probably fall under our purview and are pretty big clients. So, yeah. Anyway, overall, it's great. And I've had 2 meals with Jules, both of which were had $400 bottle of wines and $150 steaks. So, and that's what I remember from ACD too. So, nice thing I didn't have to foot any of those bills. So, and my sales team, who generally are a lot, or not my sales team, but my team are a lot younger, and so they have a lot more potential, with ACD to move laterally and maybe do something different if they want to move on or want to move up in the company. So yeah.
That's cool.
You'll have to let me know if you need a game sales guy, Rich, because I got a buddy who just came on the market. Yeah, he sold phones before, but he's a big gamer dude. Dusty, how's the Ravener coming? I'll make you the big screen 1 second.
I'm basically going back and fixing a bunch of stuff because I was following the recipe on the Citadel Color app, and it was wrong for the box. I'm trying to do the Typhon box art.
Okay.
And they flat out mixed to they said the dark reds should be the light reds and the light reds should be the dark reds, and so I'm going back through and correcting basically.
I hope whoever made that mistake got fired for that blunder.
Well, the recipe's been the same for a few weeks, so obviously either nobody's using that app or nobody cares about that color scheme particularly.
You're doing the Ravener Prime? Is this one?
Yeah, this is the Prime, and the Prime is going to be the Typhon box art is that sort of like purpley blue vibe.
Yeah.
And that starts off mostly gray, and then it has some like dark reds, but it's got like two different purples in it.
Oh,
And the one dark purple, like, here, let me see. The dark purple is the Gal Vorbak red,
okay.
and then you're supposed to put some Sigvald burgundy on top of some of the gray sear. And so the little app says, "Oh yeah, put Gal Vorbak red in all these places." And I put it in all those places, and then I went back and looked at the art, and I was like, "Wait a minute!" And then I went and looked in all the places I was expecting to put Gal Vorbak red. It was like, I put the Sigvald burgundy. I'm like, you guys got this completely wrong. I looked it up online, and everybody's like, "Yep." I mean, I could just leave it, but that's not what I want. So I don't really have anything to complain about. I'm doing this to myself.
Well, Dusty, I think you'll be able to figure it out.
I know. Paint by number.
Paint by number. I'm just trying to add some details to this little dude. Okay. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. Played my first game with the Dark Eldar, 2,000 points against my buddy Francisco's Sisters of Battle. He was running the Penitent Host, so that meant he could either get bonus to his movement, bite on death, +1 attack, +1 strength for his whole army, and he'd pick it at the beginning of the turn. We ended up going like 70 to 90. If y'all haven't used Warhammer's new app for running the battle, it's pretty seamless, actually. I was pretty happy with it. It does all the math and bookkeeping for you. You just punch in your army, and then it connects to your opponent's army, and it does all the bookkeeping itself. So it's very nice in that regard. The game took us.
I'm a little nervous that they're going to go to the app being like absolutely required.
Oh, they are. The codexes are going to be $25 for here on out, and they're just going to be fluff, and then the code for the rules.
I don't mind that they, like, if you want to go there to get like the latest rules changes or balance updates and stuff like that, but I do really like having like an actual physical version of the game if I'm just like, all I have is 2 books and I want to play the game kind of thing,
Well, you're in good news. GW has thought about people like you, and they are going to be all of the rules into Cuneo form so that you can use the most up-to-date storage information solution. So those Cuneo form tablets are going to be shipped to you, Dusty, and that's
with the little. You're talking about with the triangles in different shapes, right?
Little triangles poked into the tablets.
Yeah, excellent. I can't read that, but
yeah, they're completely abandoning the idea that the rules exist physically.
That was for me. That was the point at which X-Wing died. X-Wing went even harder, where you like flat out couldn't play the X-Wing 2.0. You could not play the freaking game without the app unless you just went with their horrible pre-kit like thingies, and the options were super limited. And at that point, I was just so unhappy.
Well, one of my main problems is, because I don't like the app being the main way to play either, is so many of our hobbies involve this tiny little screen. And I would just like for one of them to not,
I saw a joke the other day, and it was like, somebody basically said, like, why would I sell you a thing once when I could sell it to you every month forever? Like,
would Sam Altman would ever say, in the future you will own nothing and be happy?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm sure.
I mean, Sony going that way with discs, right? Like, they don't care anymore.
What's that guy say in RoboCop? I'd buy that for $1. Except now he'd say, I'd buy that for $2.79. Yeah, I'm gonna flip it back to my Harley. Take these little gems. Been trying to collect Pokemon cards. I'm basically trying to collect a complete set of the original base set, Jungle, Fossil, Rocket. The first 4 sets from original release, which is back when I played. And the cards are actually really cheap. They're like totally must be like scamming people because I don't know how it works, but I keep on going to these stores and the sealed boxes are crazy expensive. But the cards inside, the average value does not equal anywhere near the box sealed price.
It's the gamble. The gamble is the value you're paying for.
Well, I have a theory. It's because you're going to open them on stream.
Rob, the reason it's happening is they don't want to sell whole boxes.
What do you mean?
So selling whole boxes is to jerks like you're saying on who go on stream and stuff, not kids. And so a lot of store owners are trying to eliminate people buying boxes and just selling packs to young kids because there's so many speculators that are buying whole boxes, and that's what's driving stores to eliminate box sales. So you can buy a pack cheaper than you can buy it if you bought a whole box because people are paying more for a whole box than they would if they bought 36 packs.
Yeah, and to go along with that, the game store I was at today, you can only buy 4 packs. So that tracks with that. They're limiting the amount of packs you can get. So that way the kids can get it. But the thing that's weird is, so then is this an engine? Is the scalping engine a purely fictitious hype engine that doesn't produce estimated value from opening the packs? Because you crack the packs and the cards, none of them are really worth more than, like, there'll be like one chase rare that's $80 or something like that. But when the box costs $360, it's like, what does the scalper even want it for other than to stream? And then I saw them doing this at the card show we went to. They have a running feed of the cards they sold. And the guy was reading up how much he sold each card for. But he was saying into his camera when I overheard him a much higher price than what I paid for the cards. So he was trying to make it look like the Pokemon card business is way more profitable than it really is.
It's the art market. It's the perception of value and scarcity.
But it really isn't valuable at all. Like, the cards aren't that sought after. And like, I don't know. I saw what happened to Force of Will when you let scalpers take over your game. It puts a clock on your game because just eventually some speculator can come and blow up an entire release.
Here's the problem I have with the whole thing. My kids get paid to do their homework with Pokemon cards. And it makes it really difficult to find.
This is hurting the Dusty household more than anyone can imagine. We haven't thought about how this is hurting the Dusty household.
It makes it incredibly because I'm not paying stupid prices for Pokemon cards. So every now and then there's a drought where I'm like, guys, I'm sorry, but I couldn't find a reasonable box for you.
No, I agree. Luckily, I have a game store where I think the game store owner, shout out to my dude Jace at Arcanum Sanctorum. Sometimes he'll walk up to me with this exhausted look in his eyes, and he knows that I used to run a game store. So I think he'll walk up to me like as the only person in the room who understands him. Because he just looks tired and sad.
This is the first time I have painted with a dry palette in months, and I am regretting it.
I still use a dry palette for like contrast paint.
Yeah, well, yeah. For that, yeah. But I actually have lately just been doing that right out of the pot. So should I do that? Probably not. Do I do that? Yes, I do.
You don't thin your contrast at all?
I do not, unless I am told to do so, and I haven't had one. I've been painting Tyranids. I haven't had to do that for a while, based on the recipes I've been following.
I try not to mess with the formula too much. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason to. All right, everybody show off their minis. I'm going to show off mine real quick. This is as far as I got. I still got to do all the highlighting and blending and everything like that, but so far, so good. I'm enjoying how it's coming along. I'm going to do a Reichland Flesh Shade wash, and then I get to highlight the red. I'm just going to pick this little cone head part of the red, this little tassel right here, these belt buckles, and I'm just going to do all the way up to yellow. I'm going to go red, orange, yellow, and just do like a crazy blend all across the head. But I will be doing that sometime this week. This guy means that I don't have to paint 5 incubi. I didn't feel like painting anymore. All right, I'm going to switch it over and mute my mic because we'll switch.
Well, here's what I got. Basically did the NMM gold. It needs some
That looks
saturation.
super good.
These 3 paints I chose had no saturation, so I got to go back to the ones I had last week if I'm going to do a 4 paint. But yeah,
Stunning, right? Stunning.
I don't know if it's. I can't get the. But yeah,
Looks incredible.
I'll have a headset next in 2 weeks. I won't be here next week because I'll be in Providence, Rhode Island.
Have fun, Rich. I will get a headset too.
All right.
Dusty. Looking good.
It's getting there.
Looks good, man.
Hey, for next week, it seems like Bridget has a lot of the same cinematic taste that Amy and I have. Ask her if she's watched Violet Evergarden. I was just thinking about her. We just watched that, and I thought maybe she'd like that one.
I think it's one of her favorite shows.
Yeah, there it is.
I'll text you. All right, guys. Rich, we will see you next week, but the week after.
Yeah, Robby, I'll see you.
Yep. I'll see you guys. Have a good night.